Right guys, so this is it. This is the crystal with the stuck disk drive tray I got for about 30 quid. I have managed to get it open on the button and it does load games and discs fine, but then it sticks again. That will just be a rubber band belt, DVD drive belt, so I'll get that replaced. And the plan will be to swap the internals from my own Xbox with the solid state drive into the crystal. I'll then put these controller ports have been modified with green LEDs and all the glow, and that look nice. And I'll also put in what I believe is a better SATA adapter from a solid state drive, so it boots up quickly, just like it would stock. Because at the moment, the generic SATA adapter I've got, excuse the burp there, takes about 30 seconds, 40 seconds to boot up. Then it runs flawlessly. But apparently with this, it'll be like an almost instantaneous boot. So yeah, and then the other thing I'll do is I'm probably going to remove the version 1 fan on the GPU and put the passive cooling heatsink onto it if that's possible, just to kind of reduce noise. And yeah, in that case I'll have to be modified slightly to fit the 1.6 board from the crystal. So I've got to take off a few mounting points and earthing points and grind 2 screw posts there, just off a little bit, about 1 millimetre, just so it fits on. So yeah, looking forward to this. Oh, and I will remove the RF shield from that as well and give it a good clean, because that obviously needs cleaning first as well. Okay, so this is the top of the case removed. As you can see, it just needs a bit of a clean, which I'll get that in the sink and give it a wash. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pry off these points here with a little flathead screwdriver off the RF shielding, just so I can pull the RF shielding off, and it will give that nice see-through look that like on the other crystal I did recently as well. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck into this, to take these points off here all around there, and then it should just, the RF shield should lift out. So you can see guys, RF shield removed. That's the case there, that's going to go in the sink, give it a good wash in a minute, get those stickers off as well. And as you can see just from the RF shield there, you just gently, take your time, peel back those mounts there, just so you can lift it kind of straight out of the case. You won't break anything as long as you use a small flathead and just take your time, be gentle. Again, I'm an absolute idiot when it comes to anything practical, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. Right, so the next step will be to get this case in the sink. Next will just be to put the top of the case in the sink, just to give it a good rinse in some of Aldi's finest Magnum washing up liquid, antibacterial of course, to really clean it up. And I'm just going to give it a soak, leave it in there for a while, and yeah, we'll get that out. This is the crystal, the lid off. That's the DVD drive, just going to drop a new belt on that. That's the stock hard drive. Just going to need a bit of a clean to the exhaust vent there. I need to run a brush down there, get some of that rubbish out. But it ain't too bad shape really. So that should clean out nice. So the next step will be to take the DVD drive out. We'll get that new belt on there and check it out. And then power unit, hard drive and motherboard will all come out ready for the swap. The DVD drive with this suspected with a sticky drive tray, which is going to need a new belt. So to get this open, there's just 4 pins there and there. I'll get that off and we'll have a look inside now. That's the drive there, guys. As you can see, it's a bit grimy in there. Still reading discs and stuff, so that's fine. We'll have to give that a clean, and that's the underside. Now, if you look there, that white thing there on the right-hand side, you just push that in. Just use a blunt kind of thing, a screwdriver very gently. Push that in, and that's the emergency release of the tray to get the tray out. The tray's now open. I've just released it. Now, if you look there, there's the drive belt. You can already see it's quite slack. So hopefully a new drive belt will go on there. And this drive, once I've got it cleaned up, all that rubbish out offside the edge, it's not the best there. That's pretty disgusting. Will be all spick and span. So yeah, well, let's get the belt off now, and I'll show you what it looks like. Guys, on the right is the new DVD drive belt. On the left is the egg-shaped old DVD drive belt. So you can see now why, with all that slack, the drive belt wasn't opening. So that one's the correct shape on the right. So we'll slip that back on, and the drive should open and close as normal. New belt in place, as you can see there. Got a lot of the grime out of the way out of that as well. As you can see now, that's moving quite nicely. So all is good. Put that back in place. So that drive's going to go to the side now. Probably to the end of the video, I'm going to swap the face plates around when I swap in the DVD drive from my own Xbox. I need to swap the bezel faceplate around. And then you'll see this drive again in the next video when I transplant the motherboard from this crystal case into my old black Xbox case. Okay, so next the motherboard's going to come out the crystal case. There's a pin there, pin there, pin there, pin there, 2 pins there on the video port up there, a pin there, 2 pins there and 2 pins there. Sorry, 2 pins, 1 pin there and 1 pin there. They all come out with the trusty Torx screwdriver. And then there's another Torx screw there and behind the cabling there for the PSU. And then that all just lift out. And then we'll give the case and fan a bit of a clean. I'll also remove the controller ports as well because they're going to be replaced. And that'll allow me just to have a bit of a clean into the controller ports as well. Okay, so the motherboard's now out. Power supply unit's out as well. So I'm just going to give the insides of this RF shielding and insides at the bottom of the console a clean out. As you can see, the fan's going to need a bit of work there. Get all the crap out of that. And then just in there as well, there's a bit of crap that I'm going to just brush out as well. I could take the front faceplate off as well, but I don't want to run the risk of cracking it. So I can do a full refurb if I wanted to, but I'm not prepared at the moment to take the risk of cracking that front plate and getting it off. So I'll just get all this nice and clean around the sides. And then once that's clean, this will be ready to drop in the internals from my own Xbox then. Okay, so a bit of a clean up. Took the control ports out. It's had a little clean. You know, it's not factory new, but as you can see, I've got rid of a lot of the rubbish there. It looks a lot better. And yeah, so it's just about ready now for putting the stuff from my other Xbox and putting it in there. But yeah, quite happy with that. And yeah, nice one. Okay, so I've got the lid off my own Xbox. This is the version 1 motherboard. So this case is really clean and the motherboard is really clean. So yeah, it just goes to show some of these other Xboxes have got really dirty. But this is a really clean case. Yeah. So yeah, just quickly, it's a solid state drive I've taken out. It's the old SATA adapter. And the plan is to, as before, the various points around the motherboard, take that out and the PSU, and we'll transplant that into the crystal. Oh, and I need to remove the GPU fan and heatsink and put a later revision heatsink on as well. So I'll do that probably while the board's still in. Okay, so a lot's done so far now on the on my board. So we've got the SATA adapter out to showed you previously. GPU heatsink from version 1 has been removed. There it is with my old kind of uprated fan. Well, you know, replacement fan. So I'm going to get rid of that and then replace it with a later revision heatsink there and just drop that in. Okay. So that's my board, excuse me for a frog life voice, in the crystal case now. Just obviously put the 1.6 heatsink onto the GPU there and I'll tighten it all down. And then this is the my original version 1 case. It's really clean. It's kind of a shame to, you know, get rid of it really, but yeah, there's a noctua fan. Really clean for how old this console is. And to fit the 1.6 board from the crystal, we're going to have to shave off that point there, bend off that grounding point, and then the 2 mounting posts, the video port, they just need to be sanded down by about 1 millimetre, just so you can get the board, the 1.6 board in. So yeah. But anyway, back to this. This will be tightened down, and yeah, we'll start putting it all back together then. Board's now fixed in to the crystal case, all the mounting points there. As in the other crystal I did, just go easy on the video point screwing that in because they're higher, just to make sure you don't kind of bend the board. So yeah, power's in, LED control ports are in, a little bit of tape there just to keep the wiring away from the capacitors I've just added, and I've got the SATA adapter into the 80 wire IDE cable now. So yeah, start putting the drives back in now, and then we'll test it and see how it goes. That's just my Thompson drive from my Xbox. I've swapped the crystal bezel from the Samsung drive to the original crystal Xbox, and yeah, that's ready to go in now. So the drives are all back in place, everything's going well. Unfortunately, the new SATA adapter just didn't seem to work, so I had to put the old one back in, you know, with a 30-second boot up time. So yeah, that's working fine there. But I think I'll replace that eventually with the StarTech adapter, which I've heard are really good and boot really quickly. So yeah, the green LEDs on the control ports are all lighting up. We'll show you that later. So the next step is we just secure the drives down and then put that crystal lid on. Lid's back on, looks great. I'm really happy with that. Nice clean lid. Went on with not with any hiccups, so I'm happy with that. Next step then is just testing, and I'll just show you running with the green LED lights working. So it is then all set up. Looks great. Works fine. Control the ports there are working really good with that green LED. Don't quite match the power button green LED, but I'm not too bothered about that. And I think I can swap it out for another LED at some other point as well. Yeah, it looks great. Everything's working fine. I'll eventually get the StarTech adapter for the solid state drive to try and speed up the boot times, but yeah, absolutely over the moon. And that's my own personal Xbox sorted now in the crystal case. And there's just the dashboard that I'm running now. True MS-2 green. Looks great. And yeah, as you can see, I've used up a lot of my hard drive. Right, thanks guys. So I'm going to do another video where I'm going to do the swap from the motherboard from this crystal originally that will go into my old black case as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. It's been an experience, hasn't it? Take care.